Hello everybody, I'm Brian from Orchids by Brian, and welcome to my October 2025 orchid collection update. I know this looks like how the videos used to before, but I've decided I'm going to go back to kind of my old original structure just because it gives me more time to discuss some of the plants, and lots of things are in bloom. So I just think that this will give more opportunity to teach and educate a little bit about culture and some of the plants that I grow. So with that, I am also excited to share my Redland International Orchid Show haul today. So stay tuned for that. All right, well, let's start over here. I know that you have all seen these amazing Dendrobiums for several months. They do bloom forever, and they're one of my absolute favorite orchids. But I do have a couple new ones. This is Dendrobium Mountain Butterfly Kisses, but this is the Xanthina variety. Rojo Xanthinum is the name of this guy. But beautiful plant. Check out those flowers. They are so pretty. Now up here is another Dendrobium Cuthbertsoni. This is Dendrobium Cuthbertsoni Agathodaemonis. The variety Agathodaemonis. Pink flowers with that white labellum. Really nice. These little miniature orchids grow so well for me. I love them. Next to that, about to send up some more buds, is Dendrobium Cuthbertsoni alba. And then I have these wonderful hybrids. Check out that pink. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. One of my absolute favorite orchids in my collection. I mean, look at how floriferous, so many flowers. Can't get over it. And I have some more blooms on the way. Some are finishing up here, which is good. I'm kind of happy that they're almost done. Now, right here is a wonderful Masdevallia. You can see it has probably a dozen flowers on the way. Several are just opening right now. This is Masdevallia, Masdevallia falcata. And it is a hybrid. It is not a species despite its name, but really wonderful orchid. Very floriferous. Can't wait to show you all the flowers when that is in full bloom. Okay, right here is my one of, I should say, my Lepanthes towers, and this is where some of my haul is going to take place. Now, right here, check this guy out. There we go. Now you're focused. This is Lepanthes minettii, and I'm so excited for it to bloom. I've seen flowers of it. It is one of the most floriferous Lepanthes, and the blooms are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is another Lepanthes right here. I believe this is Cattleya. Let's see. Yes, Lepanthes Cattleya. Another plant from my haul that I'm thrilled to share with each and every one of you. So pretty. Now, this right here is a pretty interesting flower that I'm very excited to highlight on the channel. This is Porroglossum. I don't have any other Porroglossums in my collection. The blooms are very subtle. This is Porroglossum dalstromi. And you can see those little flowers. So cool. But what I love the most about these plants are when the new leaves come out. Look at the veining in the new leaves. I'm a sucker for good foliage. Now back here, putting on quite the spectacle, is Masdevallia wardaki. One of my more challenging Masdevallias, very sensitive to water, needs very clean water and good humidity, and cool temperatures, but it's very happy. It's got 3 flowers open right now, and it has several others that are about to bloom for me. So really cool. Been in bloom for probably 2-3 months at this point. My Sigmatastalix species is just about to bloom again. It's having difficulty focusing on these little spikes, but very cool species. Excited to show you those blooms again. Here are my little Lepanthes that are known for these adorable little balloon-shaped flowers. This is Lepanthes caprimulgus, a huge plant. It's growing super well in my conditions, and I just love these flowers. They're sequential, coming off each stem. Really neat. And then this down here, I'm very excited about. Can you see it? It hasn't opened quite yet. Dresslerella Sijmiana, I think? Sijmanii. It's got one little flower. There it is. It hasn't opened quite yet. So you have to stay tuned for that. I love these Dresslerellas with their very hairy leaves. Check that guy out. That one does a really good job at showing it off. That's Dresslerella cloesi. Okay, now here is a Lepanthes caledictian. This was a specimen plant. Unfortunately, had a hard time shipping, so I'm hoping that it recovers very soon, but looking a little rough right now, so we'll give it some time to grow and hopefully get back to that specimen size that I love. Here's Lepanthes fimbriata, almost always in bloom, sending up new growths for me, so love to see the plant growing and thriving in my collection now. Getting a little bit bigger, but this is one of my original Lepanthes and I love it. So cool. Now here is a wonderfully fragrant Masdevallia. Let's see if I can open those flowers up more. There you go. Masdevallia cassiope. Has a great fragrance. Wonderful triangular yellow and maroon blooms. One of my favorite Masdes. Gotta love that. The fragrance. Here is Masdevallia papilosa. Finished up its last flower. It's been blooming for a very long time. If you watch these videos, you know it's been in bloom for a long while. Next in the haul is this Lepanthes imitator. You kind of see it here. There's one of the tall leaves, and the plant goes all the way down there. No blooms yet. Just added that to the collection. Another piece of my haul video. Now, zooming in over there is my Restrepia nitiorhyncha. Small cup-shaped cockroach orchid flowers. And then when you look over there, I don't know how well it's going to show up. This is my Stelis gemma. Just about to open two wonderful flowers for next month's video. So, cannot wait to highlight those for you all. Okay, let's keep going down to the next shelf. Now down here on this level, we have a couple more plants that I want to highlight for you from the haul. One being this, Dracula benedictii. Now, not in bloom, a relatively new addition. It is acclimating. It's got these little black dots, so of course it's pouting in my my conditions, but I think it did get a little dry when I first added it to the collection. So it's starting to get there. Okay. Here is Masdevallia Angel Heart Ellen. This is Masdevallia that blooms pretty frequently for me. As one flower dies, another one opens, and then another one on the way, and it's staying true to itself there with that bloom coming right now. So, very wonderful orchid. Check out those flowers. So neat. Now right here, this is my first Masdevallia that I added to my collection. It just happens to be one of the warmth-tolerant Masdevallia copperwing. This is a Masdevallia decumana bivetchiana, primary hybrid, really unique spotted orange triangular flowers. So, very neat. Okay. Now we're going to continue on. Here is Restrepia royai. Let's see if I'll get some light here on this guy. There we go. Restrepia royai. This one, it looks like a true cockroach orchid. You can see it has a bud right now, but it did have flowers earlier in the month that I'll be able to highlight for you all here. Down here is my Restrepia brachypus. It's been blooming pretty consistently for me over the last few months. Had a big flush of blooms a couple months back, but it's still sending out a flower or two at a time. And then right here is one of my other warmth-tolerant Masdevallias, Masdevallia discoida. And I've had some folks that have reached out about warmth-tolerant Masdevallias. If you want a Masdevallia species, this is a fantastic option. It has not given me any trouble, and I know my mom grows it just out in the home, like normally in the home with no special considerations, and it does grow very, very well for her. Here's just another honorable mention for a Pleurothallids. I just love these leaves. Isn't this wonderful? Really one of my favorites. Now, in the back, all the way back there, in that corner, that is Bulbophyllum versillimum. How fitting for October does this spider-like bloom come to be. One of my absolute favorite Bulbophyllums. When I saw that for the first time at Equihemera, I had to pick it up, and it's still one of my favorites. As is this Pleurothallis Dodsonii, and you can see those little unassuming blooms peeking out from the sheath. So unique. You'd never, ever, ever think to look for that flower. I don't know how anybody found it in the wild. Here's Masdevallia constricta. It's got 3 flowers on the way, 2 buds, and 1 smaller bud forming. This is definitely a more shade-tolerant Masdevallia, but blooming and growing super, super well for me. And now, last but not least, up here with some of the Lepanthes, I just wanted to say a couple of plants that are almost always in bloom, but I couldn't forget Lepanthes myophora, constant flowering Lepanthes, still in bloom and thriving. Lepanthes aculeata, also in bloom, wonderful flower. Lepanthes nishini, very happy in my conditions, one of the largest flowered Lepanthes. Lepanthes larvina, and Lepanthes regularis, blooming well for me. So nice. Okay. So now we're going to continue the haul over in the Cattleya grow tent, where I think I have some of the most incredible flowers for you to check out. All right, over there. Alrighty, so now we are over in the Cattleya grow tent, or warmth-tolerant grow tent. This grow tent, for folks wondering, has daytime highs in the mid-80s. And nighttime lows in the low 60s. And my plants seem to do super, super well. Check out this amazing flower. Now, I do believe this is a first bloom, but holy cow. This is from my buddies Kason and Lee at Lee & Co. Orchids. And the flowers, I fell in love with the photo, but the bloom in person is even better than I could have imagined. The colors, so vibrant, and look at how healthy this plant is. This one I received at Tamiami, and I am super, super grateful. This is probably one of my most favorite Cattleyas in my whole collection. I am a sucker for flared Cattleyas, so to have an orchid like this in my collection, so thrilling. Thank you, Lee and Kason, for this incredible bloom. I love it. Now, back here, it's not in bloom right now. I'm gonna put a photo from an upcoming video, a tour of RF Orchids open house that they held over Tamiami weekend, or over Redland weekend. And I picked up this incredible Cattleya, Marie's Love. I've seen this at some of the shows. I saw it actually at the NCOS show. Loved the flower and decided I needed one for myself. Now, this wonderful little orchid is in bud here, so stay tuned for that, as well as my Sophronitis cernua. I'll have some blooms in November from that flower as well. Additionally, my wonderful Cattleya, or Elsie Moonlight Dream Carlos, bloomed for me again out of the most recent growth. And then my Ludimaniana is about to bloom for me from Waldorf with 2 flowers. Ludimaniana bloomed for me a couple months ago. Excited to show you those flowers when they open. Now this is something I'm very excited about. This is a Why Not Cattleya hybrid. And right now, if every bloom opens as planned, which they look like it, I'll have over 12 flowers on this amazing, amazing orchid. But check out the blooms that are open right now. Very long-lasting Cattleya flower. And oh man, if I get 12 flowers, it is gonna be a show. So you gotta watch next month. I will have an update on the status of that guy when the time does come. Okay. Over here I have this wonderful Phragmipedium. This is a wonderful Phragmipedium Carol Kanzer, St. Leonard Creek. Cute little pink flowers on these grassy leaves. I am a sucker for little grassy leafed Cattleyas. Now, coming down here, I don't have anything in bloom for my Brazilian species at this time to show off. Everything is in bud and new growth, and we might have some flowers come winter, but right now I'm waiting to see what blooms I get. But I did want to highlight this little mounted plant right here. This is a Constantia Christinae, and it's very much similar to a Rupiculus laelia in its care and culture, but it's a new plant that I just picked up from some of my favorite people at Miranda Orchids, Francisco and Christina. So cannot wait to show off the blooms on that guy. And right here is my S.C. Beaufort 4N, which bloomed for me this month as well. Unique little bloom. Awesome little mini cat. It's got some more flowers on the way coming on some of its new growth. So I'll be able to feature that for the next 2 months or so. Wonderful flower. And then this guy is also coming in November. This is my Cattleya Little Hazel. Look at all the buds. Holy cow, that's going to be a great little show when it does finally bloom for me. Cannot wait. All right. That is going to conclude this tour of the Cattleya grow tent and my cool ground grow tent. And I'm going to do a quick little spotlight on my green wall and Phragmipediums. Okay, here we go. Let's check those out. Now I did want to take a few minutes just to highlight a couple of things over here with my Phragmipediums and my green wall. One is this Phragmipedium Panther Run, and it's a wonderful little Phragmipedium flower. Check that out. It's got Schlemi in its background, very small flower. I just love it. And then also my Phragmipedium Fritz Schomburg. Oh my gosh, the best Phragmipedium that I've ever seen. The blooms, spectacular. It's been in bloom for me for over 2 months. And I mean, those showstopper flowers cannot be missed anywhere. So definitely a highlight for me. So, all right, well, that's going to conclude my orchid collection update for October. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'm excited to bring more orchid collection updates here in the future. And there are so many exciting videos coming soon on my channel, so stay tuned. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Brian from Orchids by Brian, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.